Awesome. If you saw it, it was just he had one eye up with a woman on him, and he was staring at a dude. So it was really. So go back and watch that episode. Come on in. I'm just doing this time-killing thing while some people get here on a train. Anyway, what's been going on in the world this week? It was a big week in lots of ways. There was Super Tuesday. There was some primaries today. Go on out there. Find your seats. I actually used to work in politics, which is why I hate politics now. So I don't do a lot of jokes on it because, like, when I was in it, like, you know that feeling when you're on the subway and you're like, holy shit, everybody with me is a moron. When I worked in politics, that was confirmed. Like, not just the elected officials, but people. Like, anybody that calls a Senate office, they are a moron. And they're the ones that vote the most, which blows my freaking mind. Because, like, okay, think about it this way. The people you came with today, would you let them choose where to get dinner? Will you let them choose the president? That blows my mind. Like, you know those friends on Facebook that are like, I voted today. Did you? First of all, fuck you, nobody cares. Like, you went to the local high school, pulled a lever. Like, that's the most athletic thing you've ever done in a high school gym, so shut up. But they're like, oh, I voted today. Get out there and vote. I'm like, really? You want the person who didn't even know it was election day to go vote? They had no knowledge about the election happening at all, and you're like, you should choose the president. That's like letting your janitor choose the CEO. That's like being at a bar and seeing the drunk guy like start to walk home, and you're like, hey, you drove here, here's your keys. Go fuck some shit up. Like, that's what elections are to me, so that's why I ranted about that. I worked in politics, hated it. What else happened this week? Oh, Fuller House debuted. Woo! Yeah, did you guys watch Fuller House?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I loved it.
You're like the only person, but...
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
No, I like that show too. It was just like Stephanie Tanner's boobs out for like 12 hours, so that was cool. But the show was called Fuller House. It was a spin-off, obviously, of Full House. And it's kind of weird that it's called Full House because both are about somebody dying. It's not quite a full house to me. Come on in. It's a full house in here, though. Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me because it's like, no, somebody died. Like, what's up with that? Do they like? Is that house built on an Indian burial ground? Like, they shouldn't call it Full House or Fuller House. It should be called Have Mercy. These people dying. What the hell? But I like that they're doing that with TGIF shows. Like, I enjoy they did that with Boy Meets World. They have Girl Meets World now. Anybody watch Girl Meets World? Not a single person. Come on, guys, get on the Disney Channel. But I think it's a good trend. Like, I want them to do it with all the shows. Like, you guys remember Perfect Strangers from back in the day?
Oh yeah.
Like, I want a new spin-off of that. Come on in, guys. I want a new Perfect Strangers. It's more like Perfect Stranger you met on Facebook or met on Craigslist, where it's just like an annoying roommate that just doesn't wash their dishes until they get murdered. Is that what on Craigslist? Just go right up the middle, guys. Right on up the middle.
Seat back here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would think that'd be a cool show. They should also have. Remember Step by Step?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that they should take a show. Remember that little nerdy one, Mark? Like, they should have a show where it's like, he spent all those years learning about school and science, but he never learned about love. It's just like him dealing with his sexuality. And they could call it Step by Step, but this time the bi is spelled B-I. Yeah, right? And then they could have a spin-off of that, where he meets Urkel and they fall in love, and then, like, Carl has really come to terms with it, and they can call that Modern Family Matters. What else has been happening? Oh, St. Patrick's Day is happening soon. Yeah. I just can't get hyped for it anymore, guys. Like, things like St. Patrick's Day, like all the drinking holidays, like St. Patrick's Day, New Year's Eve, Cinco de Mayo, 9/11, like, I just can't get I just can't do it anymore. I used to be like, oh yeah, I got a reason to get shit-faced in the middle of the week. But now I'm an adult with like adult responsibilities and adult bills and adult relationships, and I have a reason to get shit-faced every day as it is. I don't need a holiday for that. I just don't like going out with friends sometimes, though. I don't know if I'm the only one. Like, going to a bar with friends now is just saying what for 4 hours. That's all it is. And I hate that. And sometimes I just say what even if I hear them because I don't want to talk. And like, it's not that they're boring people, it's just adult conversations are like 40% pretending to care and 60% wedding spoilers. Like, that's an adult conversation now, and I hate it. But yeah, what else did I do? Oh, New Year's Eve, I mentioned New Year's Eve. Everybody I was with either fell asleep, not passed out, fell asleep before midnight, or went home before the ball dropped. Like, the highlight of my night was right after midnight, I called my mom, and I was like, Happy New Year, Mom, and she was like, oh, you called me. You should make your resolution to call me more. And I was like, well, how long have you been holding on to that? Like, she like waited till midnight, she was like probably falling asleep, she's like, no, I'm gonna burn him with this one. And so she did that. And the thing is I really don't want to be on the phone more. Like, if I'm on the phone, I am like upset. Like, it's either because somebody wants money from me. By the way, never pay a bill until they send you the pink letter. That's when they're serious. Or because like someone in my family died. Like, that's the only time I have a phone against my ear. So now whenever it like buzzes more than a text, I'm always like, fuck no! I get super freaking nervous about it. Like, the other day it happened, it started buzzing and I was like, ah shit, here it comes. And I picked it up and I was like, oh thank God, it's just an Amber Alert. And I put it back down, I was like, I'm so relieved. Sorry, that's a fun one. I'll actually, we got 10 minutes in. I think everybody's finally settled down as the door opens again. Damn it, I was so close. Come on in, guys, and sit down. I'm going to introduce the other people now that everybody's in here. I think they got their booze, they got their drinks, they got their pee-pee out of their bladders. Oh, wait, you guys! 2 reporters made it! Yeah! Now that was 11 minutes of stalling, yeah! I did it! You guys can go ahead and head backstage. I was going to have you go 1 and 2, but we'll not do that now, actually.